thing I want to do is measure the inside dimensions of this. So we can get our plywood cut to shape. So the dimensions to have the plywood on the outside of this, which allows to screw into it, are 17.5 by 27 3/4. If we want to put the plywood on the inside, it'd be 26 3/4 by 17 3/8. So just a little difference. When determining whether to put the plywood underneath it or within the frame, I was kind of checking out the height of this. I would like it a little higher. So that's where we're going to put the plywood beneath it, not inside of the frame. That'll give us a little more height. Welcome back. This is Adventures with Dr. Joe. We're going to make a base for the parts washer, the Harbor Freight parts washer cabinet. I have a sheet of plywood here that I cut to 17.5 by 27.5, so that'll fit on the outside of the legs. And we're going to drill some holes through the metal flats on there and secure that. But we're also going to put some casters on here. These casters are swivel, heavy-duty casters. I don't think I need this to be secure. I want to be able to roll it around easily, and these are in my shop, and I think they're going to work pretty well. They're ball bearing. You can see the ball bearings in there, and I think it's going to be a good solution to this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start doing some markings on our plywood, so when we put the screws in for the casters, we're going to avoid the screws that are going through the feet of the parts washer. We're going to use this Del-V square made by Mr. Del-V, a great craftsman, and it has all of these holes, so we're going to do an offset of 1 inch on each side, and then that gives us these areas here in which we can line up the casters and be sure that we're avoiding the feet of the parts washer. You can now see we've got these all lined up, and I have a center finding bit here. This is for a number 14, and we'll be able to find the hole. Then once we drill through, we're going to use this 82-degree bit that's going to give us a nice opening for these taper head screws, so they'll be flush. So let's drill a few of these. We're using the DeWalt Atomic 20-volt Max brushless drill. So all I wanted to do is get those 4 holes started, then we'll drill through and countersink the other surface, so these screws will be flush with this platform. These are the screws we're going to use, and I checked them with a drill gauge, and I found that the hole that was necessary for these to go through was 5/16, so that's why we selected this bit. We've got a backer board here to hopefully avoid tear out, and we're using a brad point bit because we're cutting through plywood, through wood. So here we go. So we'll continue these all the way around. And then do our countersink on the other side. Now we're going to chuck up this large diameter taper bit. This is 82 degrees. And we'll drill a hole into these so that these taper screws basically fit flush. this, and you can see how nice and flush these are. Got the caster down there. Then we'll tighten all these up. So this is going to look very nice. Once we've got the screws through the top, we're going to use a 9/16 socket to really secure these nuts. Yeah, they're not going anywhere. We'll finish up the other side and get ready to mount it to the parts washer. Okay, great. We have our base completed. You can see the nice countersunk holes. Those are below the surface of this. They're not going to interfere with anything. We've got a great mobility stand here. Now we're going to affix it to the parts washer. So we'll take our pin punch and just tap a couple holes of pins. Drill some holes. And then we'll be ready for our screws. So we're going to drill all 4 of the feet and flip it over, and we'll place the screws. Again, 4 per leg. This gives you a close-up view of the 4 screws we have in each of the legs and the countersunk screws that hold in the casters. And as we zoom out, you can see this was done in all 4 corners. You can see the screws here too, if we focus. There they are. So that's the base. Very nicely mobile and very functional. Thank you for watching this video. Again, the mobile base modification for the Harbor Freight parts washer. The next will be installing the oil filter and a new type of brush for the outflow of the cleaning solution. That's next. Thank you for watching. Please click subscribe, like if it's been good, and again, stay safe. Thank you.